everybody. So it's Tracy and I'm back. And this week I'm going to show you all the little dies that I cut out. I showed on the first week and I'm going to make a bunch of flowers. Now, for the month of April, we can use one of the Mini Kit Monday girls for inspiration, and I'm choosing Kathy. She uses her dies and her punches a lot, and I am going to use them as well, and I'm going to make some flowers here. Now, what you see in my hand, in my right hand, is what is this called? A stylus. And it's double-ended, and one has a really small ball, and the other end has a larger one. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of softening up the paper, making a circle motion in the middle. Try not to go too hard because it will tear the paper, but it allows the paper to bend, and it gives some curves to the flowers. And that's what I'm doing. I just glue right in the middle so that the leaves just or the petals, come up from the page. It gives it a really nice dimension. So I'm just trying to figure out which colors I like together. I wasn't sure I was going to use the yellow at all since I'm planning on using that yellow as my background. So I decided to just really concentrate on the floral, and I'm not going to make you watch me do all of them. I think I make 7 or 8 flowers. I'm only going to, record doing 2 of them. So you kind of have an idea of how I'm doing it. And some of the layers are 4 or 5. Some of them are just 3. I mean, it just depends. I like the different layers. It definitely adds for more dimension. So there we go. These are the ones that I created. I made 3 or 4 of the larger size and then some of the smaller size. I'm going to throw everything else to the side. I want to leave my leaves kind of separated, because I know I'm going to need those to kind of tuck underneath my flowers. I chose this butterfly paper to go over here on this side. It needed some color. And the photo that I'm using is of my daughter, and it is a very almost monochromatic because her top and her hair are almost the same color. So it's very, I don't know, it's very monochromatic, and I need something to pop off of it. Now this is some paper, this stripe paper. I don't think I showed that in the first video. It was just a paper that I had on my desk. It's from, I think it's the Simple Stories. It's one of the Easter collections that I got at Tuesday Morning. So I'm looking at the flowers there on the butterflies. They look a little like lost. So I feel like I need to add a bigger mat underneath her photo. And even though I don't want anybody to worry, I know that beautiful paper, and I turn it over and I'm just going to use the white. You know what? It's okay. I have plenty of paper. I can do that. And so can you. One of the tricks that you can do to use up your paper, you can just turn it over and use the white side. So I'm going to look at the placement, and I kind of play around with it. And I know this goes on for a little bit. I forget how long the video is, but I just wanted to, I wanted to look pleasing to the eye. So whenever I'm tapping my fingers, that means I am thinking. And I do use some of these words to be part of my title. In fact, it is the title, because that is definitely her. The title defines her completely. Well, and I felt like it needed a little bit more sparkle in the background, so I chose this, the specialty paper that I had pulled, and it works perfect. I love the way it looks. And now I think the flowers are going to pop off even better. So I think I'm ready to just go ahead and glue everything down. The photo, I definitely use my tape runner, or the ATG, but everything else I'm going to be using wet glue because I want it just in the middle. I can do very, accurate placement of the glue. So I want to make sure that I do that. Even though you still see a lot of the flower remnants there on the table, I really end up using a lot. Yeah, it doesn't look like much right now, but when I'm done and I look back at what's on my tray, there's not hardly any of the big pieces left. They're almost all used up. Thank goodness I was able to use some of that yellow, the yellow flower because I had quite a few of those, and I wanted to at least get one of them done. And because it's not on top of the yellow background paper, it does stand out amongst those butterflies. So I'm really liking that. So I'm just layering and layering and layering. And what I've done is I have some punches of the flowers and then I have some dies and I just combined them all. Like the one I just put down, that is a punch. That right there is a die. So, I combine the flower layers with some of the dies, some of the punches. And I find that when you have a variety of petals, that they're not all the same shape, it really does add more interest to it, to your page or to the flower. I like it so much better than if they were all the same petal. And whenever you're doing flowers, you really need to have something underneath it. Like you really do need to have some leaves that are, or these vines. You need to have something to kind of separate them. It makes them more realistic, even though the colors aren't really that realistic. But just having something that, is it combines the flowers together, in my opinion, without having them all having to touch one another. So the one here at the bottom, I have three like they are, but they're not all touching each other. And this really came together pretty fast. I don't know. It was just so fun and relaxing just putting all the pieces together. And what I did is I sped this up 4 times and however long it is, the video is, that's how it 4 times that is how long it took me to do the page. And I just totally loved it. So I think I'm done with the flowers. I think I probably add some more. I don't really remember. And then I pull out the I am, and I was going to do, I forget, what was I going to do? Unstoppable. But I decided to do Dreaming Big because tomorrow, well, actually, when you guys see this, it would have already have happened. She is opening her own business, and uh, I'm so proud of her to have the initiative to do that and to do. I mean, she did it all on her own. I'm so, so proud of her. And then once I get all this done, I'm like, oh my goodness, I forgot to add black. So here I go. Now I'm going to start working on adding black because you need that pop of black in it. I start with the washi tape, and I have a few of those vinyl. What are they? They're vinyl stickers. They are not. What are those enamel dots? I can't stand enamel dots. These are not enamel dots. I don't know what it is about them that just really gets on my nerves. But I ended up just going through this sheet of whatever this is. They're puffy, and I use the little bitty circles as the center for the flowers, and it really does add some personality to these flowers. Just having that little dot. I was going to see if I had any. Um, I don't. Let's see. I forget what it was. Oops, sorry about that. My program cuts me off once I start talking for 10 minutes. Anyway, so I was looking to see if I had any liquid pearls or stickles or something like that. to put in the center, but I didn't have to worry about it because I've got those little puffy stickers. And then as I'm looking at that sheet, the only word that's left on there is amazing. I thought, I think I can go ahead and add that to this beautiful page. And, normally I don't add all of that, but I'm really liking it. I think I just need to start adding more things to my pages. I'm really liking that. So I'm going through this and trying to find something else to see if I can get it to fit. And I do find a word, but you can't really read it because of the yellow. It's the word today, but because there's so much yellow in the word, you can't even read it. So I think that's it. Make sure you check out the other ladies that are in the group. I have left links to their channels below, and make sure you post in the Facebook group. All right, guys, this is it for me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.